Yes, people. Welcome back to GNA TV. And before we move forward, you know what time it is. Let's cue that intro. Yes, people. Welcome back to GNA TV. I hope you guys are well wherever it is that you may be around the world. We are here to review the game yesterday. Chelsea obviously drew 1-1 with Southampton, went to penalties and won 4-3 on pens. Means Chelsea are through into the next round. And yeah, it's there's lots to talk about. Obviously, lots to get into, lots to discuss. The lines will be open for you guys to come in and have your say as well. I want to get you guys involved as we go along. Some people already saying, nice microphone. Thank you very much, Andre. Big up to you. Nice to see you in the house. I have got a new bit of equipment. I've got a new microphone. I've got a monitor that I've connected to, so the camera features a little bit dead on now as well. So, I'm trying to improve my levels of YouTube and content creating as well. So, yeah, guys. But listen, before we move forward, guys, you know what I need you to do. If you're new here, please subscribe. Also, smash the like button for GNA TV. Let's try and get this up to 40 likes as always. Please share on all your socials as well. Let's let people know that we are currently live. And you know how this works, how we do these kind of shows. Let me just quickly get this up. You know how we do these kind of shows. We go through the stats. We talk about the game overall. Go through some ratings on the players, which will be fun today because there were some players that played that needed to impress, needed to step up, needed to, show us what they're about. And I think it's going to be interesting. The lines are going to be open very soon as well. I'm going to try and open them up at 1:30. So in the next 20 to 25 minutes, we will open up the lines. But let's see who's in the chat already. They got Rohan. Big up to Rohan. He says, morning, Jem. Rohan from Jamaica in the house. Big up to you. Big up to my guy, Couch Critic. I hope you're well, bro. Hope you are well. We've also got, obviously, Andre, thank you very much. I did watch the match. I watched the game. I didn't go to the game, but I watched the game, and it was a good game. Concierge of Crime, big up to you as well. He says, big up Legends, Chelsea shithouse in wins. Rivals can keep crying, and that is facts. That is facts. Sal did step up a bit. He did. We're going to talk about that a bit later. We will get your opinions and thoughts on that. So stay tuned. Like I said, smash the like buttons. Rebecca Bex is in the house. Big up to her as well. Always on the Discord as well. I'm sure she'll be putting the Discord link in the chat for you guys to get involved as well. We got lucky yesterday, yeah, and we're going to talk about it in a minute. Big up to Asuma. People are starting to flow in, which is quite nice to see as always. Big up to Abs as well. This is big up Jim with the new setup. And that, bro. Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Trying to improve on the equipment. Declared says good morning. Big up to Declared in the house. Make sure we subscribe and smash the like button. Let's try and get to, if we can close the gap to 3K, I'd be happy. We're literally 10 away from 2,950 subscribers. Let's try and do that. What's the debate topics today? Well, yesterday's game, Declared. We're here to talk about the game. We're here to go through ratings for individual players. We're here to go through all of that and open up the lines. So let me move on quickly and swiftly because I do want to get you guys involved with me. We're going to start quickly with this one. Obviously, when it decides to come up. Wrong one again. I've done this last time. Fuck no. Right, Chelsea versus Southampton. Kai Havertz with a great header just before half-time with Shea Adams obviously scoring going into the beginning of the second half. In terms of the stats, which is why I always like bringing them up, stats-wise, we're looking at 62% possession to Chelsea compared to their 37% possession, 23 shots on target compared to their 15. Better in terms of on target, which means that this is something we were always a bit low on. 14 on target against their 7. They had 3. We had 3 off target. They had 4. And then the overall passing position was always better from our perspective. Tackles, we beat them again. Aerial duels, which was interesting. We beat them again. We looked very threatening from corners. We dealt with it. We dealt with it in many ways. So, we overall it was a decent. You look at the stats, it looks decent. But in terms of the performance, which is what we're going to delve into now, I don't really think it was as good as people thought it was. I know. So I was looking on social media after the game, and some people were saying like, you were happy, blah blah blah. And don't get me wrong, I'm massively happy that we're through in the game. I'm not exactly happy with the performance, but who's to say that we always have to perform to a level where we have to be, battering teams 3-4-0? We're not going to do that. And I always say this on this channel: Chelsea will have games like they did yesterday, where they were poor. Second half, I thought Southampton deserved more. I thought Southampton played very well. I thought Southampton gave us a lot of problems. That could be to the changes that were made. And let's be serious. We were made aware of these changes very late in the game as well. So in the game, very late in the day. Sorry, do you know what I mean? So in many ways, we were left very under the blue. Christensen had a teeth problem. Kante wasn't even on. Who else was missing? We were missing a couple of people. We were missing who up front. What was we missing? We was missing someone. Well, obviously Pulisic wasn't there. So like there was a couple of people that really affected the way we're probably going to set up as well. And you know what? It is what it is. We scraped through, I'll say, the second half. And to be fair, in all honesty, I thought Southampton deserved some more than what they got. It got to penalties, 50-50s. We had Kepa. They had Foster in goal. And Kepa saving Theo Walcott shot. And then obviously they skied that one over the bar. Then, Reece James puts us through. So in overall terms of performances, we're going to get into that now, actually. We're going to talk about the players. I am going to fly through this because, like I said, I want to get you involved. Big up to VJ in the chat. Always the support of the channel. Gem fan, we were lucky in the second half, man. If it wasn't Kepa yesterday, man, we could have lost by 3. And there was moments where Kepa did step up. I think it was 2 very good saves at the end of the second half where we called on Kepa. He made 2 very good saves that kept us in the game. And they're important. They're very, very important, and that could have been game done. And if Southampton would have scored one of them chances at the end of the second half, I would have sat there and just put my hands up and said, well done, Southampton, better team on the day. I would have. I'm not going to lie, because I don't think we played very well. We brought Mason Mount on. We changed it around. We rotated. Couldn't really hold the ball. Struggled to get the ball up the pitch. There was no progression with the ball. Obviously, we missed Ruben Loftus-Cheek, which is, I hope he's not too long out because he's so important and he would have been playing yesterday. Big up to Almighty Blues in the house. There's nearly 30 of you here, 8 minutes in. Smash the like button, guys. Let's try and push the 40 marks level. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. We're going to delve into quickly into the ratings very quickly, go through them, and I'm going to open up the lines, get you guys involved in the next 15 minutes. Like I said, this is going to be open to you guys sooner rather than later. I'm not going to sit here and delve in too much. Yes, Redneck, big up to you. Yes, I actually moved the camera onto a monitor and I've got a new microphone. Yeah, so we moved. The way that Southampton defenders celebrated the winning of a free kick and tackle, they loved it. Yeah, because let's be serious, they had a better attitude than us the whole game. They were more hungry in the tackles. They were winning the second balls. We couldn't hold the ball. The plays that were on the pitch that were meant to be impressing Tuchel, showing them, here I am. This is why I'm in the team. You can rely on me. Doesn't matter if we've got injuries. I will play and I will, and I will perform. Some of them didn't do that yesterday. Some of them just didn't do that. And again, it shows why they are on the bench. Let's be serious. It shows why they're on the bench. Oh, yeah, we lost Aspie as well. Aspie and Loftus-Cheek. Congrats on the upgrade, bro. I need to soon as well. Yeah, big up to you, my man. Gem, bro, what's more important for you, eye test or stats? Good question, Nabs. Both. See, I'm the kind of guy that hates it when people just talk about stats. Hates to talk about stats, but then I hate it when everyone just goes based on their eye test, because your eye test can deceive you, but then kind of still needs to be backed up by a bit of stats. So I would say I prefer a balance. So the eye test is important, what you see, how they're playing, you go on what you see. But then the stats back up what you're thinking. Does that make sense? So I think they sort of come two in hand, and it's important to use a bit of both. It's important to use a bit of both. So I'd say a bit of both for me. I'm a balanced guy, that's the way I roll. Well, no, because we had Thiago Silva on the bench and we didn't even play him, Lionel. But big up for coming in here as well. Tuchel seemed happy with the sound. Kepa, yeah, we're going to talk about that now. Let's delve into it. Obviously, we had, let's get the lineup up. The EFL lineup. Here we go. I've had an EFL lineup for you guys. Do you want me to zoom in a bit? Can you see it? I can't zoom in. Can I zoom in? If I can zoom, oh yeah, I can now. There we go. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to get this where you can actually see it. I don't know what I've done now. This whole new monitor thing's doing me like a kipper. I don't care about them. I want this side. That's it. I want this side. That's better. There we go. There we go. That's to zoom in for you guys to see more clearer. So, guys, like I said, over 30 of you, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Link's going to be in the chat very soon. I want your thoughts and feelings on the game yesterday, how you thought we performed, how you thought these individual performances. But for right now, let's go through the players individually, give a quick rating, and then I'll open up the lines for you guys to get involved. Right, let's talk about man like Kepa. Man like Kepa. Didn't have too much to do other than later in the game. Again, I thought this was a game that he should have played. He deserves to be in the team. Made a great save for the penalty, something that I am very comfortable in with Kepa. You know, I look at Kepa and I'm very comfortable knowing that he's in the sticks when it comes to penalties. When it comes to penalties. And he stepped up. He stepped up massively. And you know what? I will give Kepa a good 8. 8. I'll give Kepa an 8. We'll do man of the matches a bit later on after we've gone through these. We'll get your man of the match at the end. But I want to know your thoughts and your ratings, guys. So let me know in the chat. We're on Kepa at the moment. I've said he's an 8. You could throw in an 8.5. Not too much to talk about other than them last saves at the end. At the end of the game. But other than that, I thought he done pretty good. Yeah, 8.5 for me in terms of Kepa. We move on to. Actually, before we move on to some people who actually tell me this in the chat coming through late. 8. All right, cool. Let's move. Like I said, because there's more to talk about. Trevor Chalobah, guys. What was your thoughts on Trevor Chalobah's performance? Because when I look at Trevor Chalobah, I think to myself, very good player, very talented, still very young. But at the same time, I felt like he, in many ways, had moments in the second, especially in a little bit in the first, but mainly in the second, where he was out of position. You look at the goal that they scored. There was a massive gap for Che Adams to run into. All right, granted, Kepa could have made the save better. I forgot about that, actually. Kepa should have made that save. Let's be serious. You know, but the space between Sarr and where Che Adams was and where Chalobah was just way too big for me. I thought he had a decent game. I don't think he had a great game. I can see some people in the chat like C1 London saying that he thinks he was a 9 on the pitch. I don't know. I don't think he was that. I would push a 7. Andre saying 7.5. I'd push a 7. Chalobah was fire in the second half. I'd give him a 7.5. I would say, see, this is where I disagree. I don't think he was fire. I thought he'd done good. But I still prefer him as a right centre-back. I don't prefer him as a centre-back. I just don't. I don't think it works. Redneck Blue says 7 as well. Daniel, my boy, big up to him as well. He's saying a 7. I think we're on the same wavelengths. The panelists, these are our panelists, Redneck Daniel. The panelists on GNA TV are saying 7s at the moment. Okay, cool. Let's move, because I think 7's fair. Reece James played as a right centre-back in this game. Done very well. You know, I don't have any problems with Reece James. Reece James, for me, is just Reece James. You know, he scored the winning penalty as well. Overall, had a decent game, covered well, got stuck in, led by example when you think that we had no real leaders at the back. I think Reece James was either a 7.5, I'd say. A 7.5 would be my shout for Reece James. Our backfield was decent until the 65 minutes. That's when Kepa stepped up big. Yeah, and I agree, Concierge. We were struggling. I agree with Couch. I'm going for a 7.5 for Reece James. I thought he played well. I think he was better than Chalobah. James is a 7. Andre thinks an 8. Redneck saying 7. Trevor, my young gun driller, gets an 8 is what Abs is saying. Big up to him. James was missing in the first half along with Cho, but great pen. Fair enough. 7s. Big up to Daniel. 7.5, 7. Yeah. I think we're all sort of in the same regions. But yeah, Malang Sarr. Let's talk Malang Sarr, because when you think about how he played, Yes, he has moments where he gives the ball away. Now, let me tell you something. When we had Kurt Zuma here, he reminds me exactly like that. You know he can perform to a level, but you know that there's always a mistake in him. And when you think of the goal that was conceded, the ball was about to run out for either a corner or a throw-in, I can't remember, and he hoofs it up the pitch. He hoofs it right up the pitch. And, we get caught out, and then that means that obviously Chalobah's dragged along. There's a space, there's too much of a gap in between for them to run through and score. And they pull it in the back of the net. And yes, it's frustrating. But at the same time, I thought he made some very good tackles. Very good tackles where he got stuck in. So I'm still in the thing of, is Sarr good enough to be a backup for Rudiger? I think we can get away with it. Yes, I do. Do I think he's great? No. Now, I see the chat going a bit mad already. Daniel saying 5.5 told you he would revert to chill type. All right. 7 is what Redneck's saying. Sarr liked load the mercy man, Jesus. 5. At least Zuma was dominant in the air. All right, fine. But then, all right, fair enough. But at least I think his reading of the game sometimes not too bad. Like the way he intercepts quite well. I don't think he's just like this awful player that can't do anything, if that makes sense. Like we were really like before he even got his opportunity against Brentford, we were all moaning about him even getting in the team. He got in the team against Brentford, and I thought he played very well at a level that I thought, do you know what? If Rudiger's out and we need him in for a couple of games, maybe we could get away with it, providing there's a Silva there, Christensen there, Aspie there, a bit of backup, a bit of leadership, 5 for Sarr, not a great game. 6, 5. All right. I agree with a 6. I'll give him a 6 as well. I'll give him a 6. Big up to Kai. Says Gem 1, this Gem 1 despite Mount. Chelsea 1, Gem 1. Chelsea 1 despite Mount as usual. Kai with the Mount agenda. He does not like Mount. Now listen, don't let Daniel hear you because he's in the chat. Don't let Daniel hear what you're saying, Kai. Might get offended. Kai, if you're about later, the link's going to be in the chat, mate. I'm literally just going to fly through this and throw it in. Right, let's go to Callum Hudson-Odoi, who got pushed into a right wing-back position. Let's be serious, I thought he got forced more than anything into the right-back position due to injuries. There was no one else really that could play out there. Aspie was out. Reece James could have, but he had to cover as right centre-back. And I thought Callum Hudson-Odoi was very limited. He looked very tired, make the wrong decision, wrong pass. Wasn't playing the ball quick enough into the middle. I don't think he was solid. I wouldn't say it was a solid game. He had a moment when he was in front of goal in the second half and he hit it into the side and looked very tired with his shooting. But, he wasn't bad at the same time. So I think, to be fair, if we're talking about Callum Hudson-Odoi and the performance, I would not say that. I would not agree that. I'm sorry. I would probably say, I'd probably give him a 7. I'll probably give him a 7. No, actually, I'll give him a 7.5. A 7.58. Big up to Kai. Says he's got work, but maybe I'll be able to come in for a few minutes. Yeah, Kai, you're always welcome here, bro. Always welcome here. Now, Kai loves Mount as much as Johnny. Don't even start him off. Now he is going to come on. Daniel, that is scary, bro. That is. Colour was a 6.5. He created that chance for Havertz that he should have scored. Yeah, 7 is for Couch. 7.5 for Andre. 7.5 for Chelsea fan. All right, cool. Let's move. Saul Niguez. What are we saying about Saul Niguez? I thought this was his best game out of the what is this, his third game? Fourth game? Whatever it is. I thought it was his best game. Struggled a bit in the first half. Don't get me wrong. He struggled a bit in the first half in many ways to get involved, get stuck in and whatever. But in the second half, he had some good chances. All right. I think he should have scored the goal that landed to him. I think he should have scored the goal which landed to him outside the box when Kai Havertz cut it back, but he didn't. But then he had that beautiful little curler into the box. And this is what Saul Niguez is good at. Something that we haven't got. Someone that can actually take a shot from outside of the box. But we need to see more of this from Saul Niguez. I need to see more from Saul Niguez of doing that outside the box. No hesitant, just shoot. Because we know Jorginho and Kovacic can't do that. He could potentially be one of our best guys for shooting outside the box. Like, he possesses that nice left foot. Need to see more from it. But overall, decent performance. I don't think he was that bad, to be fair. Sal got an 8. He was an outstanding for me. Wow, absolutely, he was outstanding. Best game fade away 7, better 8. So was an 8.5 for Almighty Blue. Better game for Daniel. He's saying 7. Yeah, I thought Sal was not bad. Let's say he wasn't bad. But let's move. Marcus Alonso. Marcus Alonso. Average. I don't really know what to say with Marcus Alonso because I know he's the kind of player that you just know what you get from him. You know the level. You know he can't go any better than that. He just does what he can on the side. You know, didn't really affect the game much or impose himself much in the game. I don't really think it was that good. I think he was just average. Like, is there any more? I mean, I don't really know what to say about Alonso. I just think he was average. 6.57. 6.57 for me. Easily. Maybe a 7. Some people struggling to give him a... Trade player. Chelsea Spurs was shit, Felix. I agree, bro. They were poor in this game. 6.5 question mark is what Couch is saying. Is he disagreeing with me right now? We'll find out soon because the lines will be open. Over 40 of you here, 20 minutes in. Smash the like button, guys. We're on to only 21 likes. Please get me to the 40 likes marks. Subscribe if you're new to GNA TV as well because we are on the road to 3K and we're very close to getting there as well. Alonso contrasting half, poor in first, some good defensive headers in the second. 6.5, fair enough. 6. Gem, Alonso was man dead. He cooked, man. He got cooked, man. He was problem for us yesterday. 5. 4, 5, 5.55. Everyone's giving it lower than me. I said 6.5. All right, 6. I'm going 6 now. I thought I was being horrible. I'm changing it to a 6. Mateo Kovacic. What are we saying about Mateo Kovacic? How good was Mateo Kovacic yesterday? Very progressively good. We know he's good with the ball at his feet. Got stuck in. But it was a Kovacic type performance. The only thing I would say about Kovacic yesterday is that final ball. That final ball. That final ball, Kai. Kai, I know how much you love Kovacic, but that final ball. You see how good he was with that final ball against Norwich? I want to see that more. I want to see that more consistently. He's better than that. You know, he get into very good positions yesterday. Overpass balls. And he knows it. He knows he knows himself. Like, everything else about his game was good. You know, progressively good, done his thing. I'll give him a 7, 7.5, actually. I'll give him a 7.5. But I just wish that he could be more consistent with that last pass into the final third. Because if he did, he would answer so much of our issues. So much of our issues. Afternoon to Simon. 8 is for Couch Critic. You're not going to get to 3,000 with those kind of ratings. Yeah, true. It is what it is. We say what we say on here. Kovacic like Alonso, but good first. Horrible second. 6.5. 7.5 here. Sabitzer is better than Sal. Jim, you are in the mud. You are. Sal Niguez had a good performance yesterday. Very decent performance. And you said he was poo-poo. Sal is on the verge of returning, Rams. He is back to return. Better than Thiago at Liverpool. What has he done, Thiago? Dead player. Dead player. Cover was all right yesterday. 7 from Dan. Actually, 6.5 because he almost cost us a clear goal. I don't know what that was. He has 4 more assists than Mount, so he's doing something right, Jim. Listen, I agree. I agree. He is doing something right. I agree massively because he is our top. I think he's our top assistant so far, Kai, if I'm right in saying. Is that correct? No poo-poo, not world class. But Thiago Alcantara, who you signed at your club, is not doing anything. Doesn't even play. So improved a lot better. I agree. What is Sabitzer? Is it that? Oh, stroke lines. Oh, Kai, man, stop it. Kai is on one in the chat. Let's move. Talking about Kai, let's talk about Kai Havertz, the goal scorer. 44 minutes in, beautiful little header. I thought he was so isolated, man. I thought he was so isolated in that game. Like, he in the first half, for me, impressed me. I see it again. These little, like, haters that come out on social media about Kai, the agendas, they run wild. They run wild about him, even in their own fan base. I'm going to call him out a little bit. Slens always criticising Kai Havertz and his performances. I get that he wants to see more, and I agree. But you can't keep coming out and moaning when he scored that goal yesterday. Yeah, he made some very good runs, some good shots in front of goal, held the ball up well, led the line well in my eyes as well. All right, he went a little bit missy in the second half, but everyone did. I thought it was decent. Like, I'm not having this criticism of King Kai. Yeah, King Kai, he done good. I'll give him an 8. 8.5. I thought Kai was all right. 7. 8 had a good shot chances. I agree with Kai. 6.5. Daniel, come on, man. 6.5. This is right. Nah. See, what you're saying here is that he was as bad as Alonso, but Sal was better than him. Or whoever else you said was better than him. Like, come on, man. Lay off it. 9, Rednick. That's it. Look, Rednick don't talk shit. Yeah? He don't talk crap. He don't talk crap. It was good. It was a 9. 8. Slens doesn't like all the players who are more handsome than him, though. Oh, shit. Oh, it's going off in the chat today. I'm loving it. Over 40 as well here. It's only 26 minutes in. Big up to everyone that's in the chat. Smash the like button, please, guys. Just share on your socials. Subscribe to the channel. You know what you need to do. Chelsea fan 8. Daniel, I really like average Joe. We're going to get to Mount. Let's move. You had Alonso as a 4. All right, Dan. Jim got it nailed on. He got it. He got no out up front. And he was leading. It was literally Kai versus defence. You think Ziyech and Barkley had a good game? We're getting to them next. Watch what I'm going to do to these guys. Watch what I'm going to say about these guys. Because these guys, man. Aye, here he is. Big up to Slens in the house. Slens, Kai Havertz, your rating. Give me it in the chat. I want to see it. Stop this criticism of Kai Havertz. I see you spreading that gas on the terrace on Twitter, man. Come on, bruv. You're better than this. You are better than this. Let's move, though. Let's move. Come on. I don't even know what to say. Hakim Ziyech. Where do we start? I'm laughing because we sit here and moan about players like Kai Havertz who are playing literally up front on their own with no support. But then we forget who's behind him. 2 ghosts. Hakim Ziyech. Do you know what Hakim Ziyech actually does? I think this is what he tries to do each and every game. He tries to beat the minutes that he can do by being a ghost. So if he was only 20 minutes, half hour of a ghost in the other game, he was definitely 45 minutes of a ghost in this one. That's what I think he plays on the pitch for. To be the most ineffective person. That's the record he wants to hold. To be the most ineffective. This guy doesn't want to run. This guy can't even control a ball. This guy wants 400 touches on the ball before he makes a pass. This guy is, I'm telling you, this, again, he had an opportunity to step up. And people keep saying, but it's his shoulder. It's his shoulder. You know, it's his shoulder. He's hurt. Like, how many times are we going to keep using this excuse? He's just not good enough. I don't think he can keep up with the league and how quick it is. Like, he wants that touch. You know, everyone goes, yeah, he was good pre-season. You know, he had a good pre-season. Very good. What's happened to him since? Like, I don't know what to say. I can't defend him. He doesn't deserve to be on that 11. He deserves to be on the bench, sitting there. Ziyech was a 2. Ziyech gets a 3 because he had the assist. King Kai. Slen says he was an 8 in the first and a 6 in the second half. Yeah, but then Slens, everyone was poor in the second half. We got battered in the second half, bruv. Southampton were good. 6.5 for Kai. 1 for Ziyech. Ziyech was a 6. Grey Wolf's dinner. You better be coming on in a minute. I'm putting a link in the chat after we've just gone through Ross. 6. Ziyech the ghost. Ziyech was a 3. When I criticise a player, I have an agenda. Anyone else, it's vandalism. Relax, man. I ain't got no agenda. I defend the guy. All right, cool. Cool to Daniel. Ziyech is a bum. And that's the one thing me and Daniel agree on. We don't always agree on the Werner thing, but we do agree on most things. Let's be serious. I am personally done with Ziyech, is what Slens is saying. Listen, this guy is dead. I'm telling you, like this is one thing I think the whole fan base, barring Grey Wolf Stinner, that's in this chat, that where we can agree and say that he is poo. He is poo. He affects. We play with 10 men. We literally play with 10 men. Man like Ziyech, the one, I ain't going to say that. Man 6, he wasn't that getting one touch. I mean, poor man. He was the best player in the pre-season year, all right. Look at Dan. He's had enough. Ziyech is just getting slandered everywhere. But Grey Wolf's dinner. 6. All right, if you can't come in, explain to me why he was a 6 in the chat, because I know I'll bring it up. We're going to move, because I ain't got much more to say about him. Waste of space, man. Ross Barkley, this guy, the deceiver of all of football. He's crap. He is crap. He's, again, another reason of why he should be on the bench. He doesn't even deserve to be on the bench. He shouldn't even be at Chelsea. He's not even a Chelsea player. He's not good enough to play for this badge. I'm sorry. Ross Barkley is not good enough for this team. What's Grey Wolf's dinner saying? Ziyech played some good first-time passes, then Havertz. Oh, come on, Grey Wolves. You're better than this, man. You're better than this. Look, everyone's open to their opinion, and especially on my channel, I'm here, and this is what's great about it. Everyone can come and say what they've got to say, but come on, bruv. Stop it. Stop it. 2, 5. It wasn't the best pre-season. Everyone's still talking about Ziyech. Hamid, the link will come soon, bro. It's coming soon. Smash the like button, please, guys. Let's get the likes up. How many likes are we on? How many likes are we on at the moment? We are on 28 likes. We're not even on 30 likes. At least get me to 30 likes, guys. Smash the likes, at least. You know, it should be on minimum 40 now. You know, minimum. While we're here, before we open up the lines, let's quickly talk about Chilwell. I thought he couldn't. I'm going to fly through these. Couldn't do much because he was played on the right. Couldn't really be effective. Done a job trying to get back and help the back, but not much really. I'd say a 6, 5, 6. But he scored the penalty, a great penalty actually. So I'll say a 6. 6 for Ben Chilwell. Mason Mount. Let's quickly talk about Mason Mount before I open up the lines. How good was Mason Mount? I thought he was poo. And he missed a penalty as well. I'm sorry, Dan. I'm sorry. I'm going to be honest. He came on the pitch. Didn't in any way impact it, which I don't blame him for because the whole team was struggling. So in theory, he didn't really offer much. Kepa then makes a great save from a penalty. Kepa then makes a great save from a penalty for us to then Mason Mount to miss it. And look, I'm not going to dig him out too much about it, but he's got to be a 5. No more than a 5. He didn't impose himself whatsoever in the game. You know, and he came on in the 67th minute. So the guy had a good, 20-odd minutes of the game to show some impact. He couldn't even get the ball. He couldn't even get the ball, Mason Mount. Mason Mount couldn't even get the ball. 3, 9, 4. Big up to Winter Surfer. He's saying, Jim, I really say this, but Ziyech is crap. Thank you. But bro, let me tell you something now. We are all on the same wavelength. As Chelsea fans, we all agree that he is just not good enough. So that's one thing I think we can all shake hands on. You know, this is the one thing that pulls us together, which is good. Mount was poor. Thanks for the donation as well, bro. Thank you. Mount was poor. 5. Nah, 6. Daniel thinks he's a 6. Daniel thinks he's a 6. Lost the ball more than he held it. Misplaced passes, missed a pen. Look, I can't even argue with Kai this time. And I think Kai likes to dig at Mount up, yeah? But at this time, I have to agree with him. And on that note, the link is going to be in the chat. There we go. Over 50 of you here. Smash the like button. Let's get us to 50 likes, guys. Links in the chat. Let's talk about the game. Let's talk about players. Whoever you want to talk about, let's get involved. The link's there. More cap Kai is what Dan's saying. More cap. It's going mad. 5, 5, 5, 4. Standards for Mount, man, the highest in the team. Daniel getting a contract high. Daniel's getting a contact high from these BS minerals from you know who. With a surfer coming in with a bang. Gonna bring in my boy Kai first. I know he can't hang around too much. What you saying, Kai?
Hey man. Yeah, bro, that was one of the most boring fucking games I've ever watched in my life, man. I swear to fucking God, bro.
Tell me about it, bro. Listen, I was literally sitting there with my laptop open, staring at this game and thinking to myself, what a shit performance.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even defended it if we'd lost. If we would have lost that game, I would have said, well done, Southampton. Honestly, that was that bad. That's bad. But Kai, tell me your overall thoughts on the game, and if you want to talk about certain individual players, then fire away, mate. Fire away.
I mean, overall, I just felt like the team really didn't want it as much, even though a lot of them needed that game to get back into the team or get into the team. But overall, man, I don't know. It was kind of a meh game, and you can feel like the players weren't really into it as well. But hey, man, yeah, you know what? For me, Kai Havertz was good. Was good. I think his fitness is a bit crap lately. I don't know. First half he was really really good. Like that header was something, like Drogba-esque a fucking bullet goal, man. But other than that, second half he slowed down a bit. And then as soon as we did the substitutions, like I thought like Mount would bring more energy. The only thing he brought was chances for Southampton, But overall, bro, it's not really that important of a competition for me. I don't really care about the cup. I don't care about those cups. The Premier League is where it's at. I'm just happy Kai got some games. He scored a nice goal. And
I'll ask you this question, Kai, because obviously we haven't spoken in a while. But in terms of Kai Havertz, there's been a lot of, I wouldn't say just slens, but there's a lot of criticism on him now that obviously there's no Werner and there's no Lukaku, and they're expecting more because of his price tag. Like, what's your thoughts on all this? All these people that are criticizing.
I get the price tags. I get the price tag, yeah, but he still scored like I think it was like 3 goals in all competition, and he has like two assists in 600 minutes of football, and a lot of them off the bench. If you look at somebody like Mount, who only scored against one team, it's in a hat trick.
Yeah.
And you can take that into consideration as well. And you know what, if Kai Havertz held to the same standards that Show is being held to, man, this world would be nice, man. But because he doesn't say Twitter, so it's not the same treatment he doesn't get the same treatment as Adoy, but he has. The matter of fact, Adoy has 1 goal, and he played similar minutes to Kai, and he doesn't have the same output. So for me, it's just unfair. But like I said, man,
do you not think he just needs the time? Like, just
he needs the time.
He's 22, 23.
He needs time. He's also he's in the same situation to Adoy. That I just don't feel like he knows where Tuchel knows exactly where to play him. So I don't think when people say, "Oh, Kai plays more than Adoy," they play similar minutes. Actually, if you look at it, there's not much difference between them. But we'll see, bro. I think we have a good team.
Kai.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
We had a limited squad, right? Like, there's a lot of injuries. Like
we do have injuries in attack, yeah. But didn't they say that the Werner's are already ready to come back or something?
I don't know. Did they? I've not heard that one. What two people say that? Did he?
That's what I saw. I think it was in Football Therapy or something. They said like Werner's almost ready. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Interesting stuff. But look, at the end of the day, the most important thing is we got the win. Obviously, it helps in terms of
barely.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And not just that. The other thing as well is obviously we're continuing our run of winning in all competitions. It helps the squad. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of players on that pitch. I mean, Hakim Ziyech, Ross Barkley, poor. They don't deserve to be in the squad, do they?
Yeah, but to be fair, we didn't really want them to be in the squad. We didn't want them to be in the squad. The only reason they stayed in the squad because nobody fucking wanted them, man. Barkley, he was at Villa, I think, last season. Villa didn't want him back. Yeah. So the only reason these guys are here, Sarr are here, is not because we were dying to keep them. It's because nobody wanted them based on the demands that we put on them, Yeah. So they're here. I think so. It is what it is. I don't like if we didn't have injuries, these guys won't be coming in. So with Sarr, the Christensen thing, So we'll see, man. We'll see.
I think we're right. I think we got a habit of liking to moan, didn't we? We always
top of the bro. I've said it like from the beginning. I will not complain as long as the fucking blue line is on the top of the fucking Premier League jungle, bro. I do not give a fuck how we get there, man. I don't care, man. I do not.
What's this thing about Mason Mount though? Like, why? I see a lot of talk about Mason Mount from you. Like, you seem to be a bit on him at the moment as well, bro, as an individual. Is that could you expect more from him?
Like, honestly, for me, I'm just not a fan of these type of midfielders, man. I prefer more flares in my midfielders. That's the only thing. I think Mount is a decent player. He's a good player. I don't think of him as high as a lot of his fanboys think. But I don't think he's a bad player. But I don't think he's a brilliant player either, man.
I think there's a certain Daniel that would probably disagree with you on that massively, but
man. But you tweet about him too much, man. Leave the
I
kid
do,
alone,
man.
man.
I do, man. But I'm bored at work, man.
God
What can I
damn,
do,
man.
bro?
Leave the kid alone, man. Like I remember once
Hey,
there
man.
was a game. There was a game,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
Kai didn't tweet. There wasn't any single tweet except for Mason Mount in the whole game. And I'm like, yo, Kai, you got to
But Daniel,
relax. Like, leave
but
this kid
bro,
alone.
can you blame
Like,
me? Can you
yes, I
blame me
can.
when his fanboys bite so hard, bro? They bite so hard. They take it so
Like,
seriously, man. It's like
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, our fan base are funny as hell. Like the amount of agendas that a lot of our fan base
yeah.
have is funny, man. I find
Hey,
it
but
hilarious.
when you think about it, Jim, yeah, can I just
Oh,
say something?
we
Our fan
finally
base,
made it. I
like
was gonna ask.
the only thing we argue about as fan base is which of our players we want to play. Like we don't have the issues that United have, where like they want their board out, or the issues that Liverpool have. We can't afford to buy players. We have to pay in pennies, or all that other crap that those other teams have. We don't have those issues. We have basically we're a spoiled kid who want our favorite player to play, and Tuchel doesn't have the same like. He doesn't have the same fucking thought as we do, but that's pretty much all we complain about. It's a rich kid issues, man. It's rich
Yeah,
kid
we have
issues.
shit
That's all it
players.
is, bro.
Yeah,
Fam, seriously, you need to have a conversation about our academy.
Tino
Yeah, I'm not going to do
Andrew.
that now. We're
What's
not
wrong with
talking
our
about
nah,
that.
academy, man?
pass,
We have
man. You
three
listen,
first-team
listen.
players.
Who's academy?
Ramses is trying to troll right now. Let's move on, man. I don't want to hear
That's what
about.
I'm saying.
I didn't even know Liverpool even have an academy.
Why
Hey,
why
no.
is Ram why is Ram here, bro? Why Ram?
I
Don't you
don't
have
know.
school to do, bro? It's a Chelsea stream, bro.
Get
I don't
Ziyech
know,
out.
man.
Bring back Tino Andrew.
Where is it ranked in the world? What's it matter, Ram? Why
Number
we talk
one.
about this
Number
another day?
one, man.
Yeah.
Number one, there you go. I mean,
Yeah.
Dan, what's your thoughts on the game, bro, and everything that's been
I
said?
gotta go, Jim, bro. Thank you for having me
Yeah,
on, man.
Kai. thanks
Stop
for
running
coming.
away, Kai. No, I'm just kidding. Have
Bro, I'm working, man.
have a good
We're
one.
arguing
Have a
this
good one,
argument,
man. Have
bro.
a good
Take
one,
care
man.
of you. Take care.
See you later, Kai. Take care. Go on, Dan.
Wow,
Yeah,
we're
was
on the
it?
same panel as this guy. We had to wait. So special.
No, to be fair, Redneck, he had to leave, mate. So I wanted to get him on
So
just to get his word because I know what happens when we bring everyone in. You know yourself. No one can speak.
why? We
Like,
tell the
so-
truth about Kai.
Nah, well,
Oh,
Um,
Redneck,
it was
Redneck's
a
another
it was a
one. I
dead
tell
game.
you.
It was a dead game, honestly.
It
Like
was fine
first,
game.
Ram-
What are
it
y'all
was a
it was a
moaning
one
about?
game. Like it
two
wasn't
every
really.
time.
I didn't care for it.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
whatever.
so why
Like I
did
don't.
you watch it then?
People
Go watch
are
Cartoon Network.
you did care. Let's be honest. Everybody cared.
First of all, Redneck, don't respond to me when I'm talking. That's number one.
Why are people saying you
Nah,
don't care about the game? That people care.
I didn't
Come on,
really
we
care.
all
I didn't really care about it. Like I watched the second half. I missed the entire first half.
Well, talk to me about it. From what you see, and the players that were supposedly meant to impress Tuchel and whatever else. Tell me, what was your like? What's your thoughts?
I'll just speak on the second half because that's what I saw. So second half, it was a shambles. Like I don't know what what was going on with him, but he seems like he lost every single header.
Yeah.
Every single header of the ball, he lost it. Our defense was just disjointed. Like the ball progression, being able to pass out the back, we had none of that throughout the
Chalobah was
entire second
trying.
half. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just
Are you
really
talking
really
about
bad.
Kai?
Huh?
Are you talking about Kai?
I'm talking about the team.
Oh,
Like
I thought you were talking about
passing
Kai.
out from the back, building up play. There was not. I'm hearing a huge echo. I don't know if it's me or.
Yeah, everyone mute. If you listen, if you're not talking, everyone mute your speakers until he's finished, please. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, thank you. No, I was just talking about the team in general. Like we look disjointed that second half, the back line. I still don't like Reese as a right center back. I think his positioning is off. His recovery pace is really good, so he gets back, but his position is off in that area. But I understand like it's a calling cup game, so of course he has to play there. He wanted to rest players, so it didn't really matter. When I knew the game was done and Tuchel also didn't care about it, is when he brought Chilwell on to play as a right wing back. It made no sense to me. But when that happened, it was like okay, this game is done because that messed up our rhythm even more. Um, but yeah, it wasn't a great game for me. What I saw second half was Kai miss a few open chances. But I didn't see the goal because that was first half. I saw the highlight, but I didn't see it in like the flow of the game. So yeah, it was a 4 out of 10 or 5 out of 10 game for me. It wasn't that big a deal.
Wow.
Fair. I don't know. I'm a little.
I'm completely different.
Yeah,
I watched both
I'm kind of
half.
with you, Redneck. I just think that when you have a squad that is so unfamiliar with each other on the pitch,
Exactly.
the lower end of the team, like guys that don't often play, the expectations have to be lower.
It's like high school reunion and as a backline.
Yeah.
Like
You
18
know what I mean?
years
Like
old.
it's you can't expect these guys to come in and give you 9 out of 10 performances when they're not playing regularly, and especially because the squad wasn't very familiar. Like I don't think I've ever seen, Sal Niguez with Kai Havertz and Barkley and like that just doesn't happen.
And
so
then
like,
we ask for Kai Havertz to perform 10 out of 10 when he plays with Barkley and Ziyech as his two assistants.
yeah, but
you said Daniel said that?
He's still trying to find form too, though, right? Like he's not really in form right now either. So
I mean, he keeps scoring. If
Redneck,
Lukaku
you said I
scored,
said that?
he didn't score against.
First of all, Daniel, let me talk. You shut me up when I was
No, I was
talking.
asking you a question.
I'm talking right now. I'm next in line here. What's going on here?
Jesus.
Yeah,
Both
no,
you guys put yourselves on mute. Thank you very much.
I'm just messing with. I'm just messing with Dan. I'm just messing with Dana.
Go ahead, Couch.
No,
My bad.
honestly,
Go ahead, Couch, man.
I thought when you looked at the game as a whole, it wasn't really an eye-popping game. What I'm upset about is I expected guys to use this as an opportunity to enter the thoughts of the manager. And like when you go from 1 to 11, I don't think there's one guy that was like, "Yo, Tuchel's got something to think about right now," because this guy putting a performance. Obviously you expect it from was it Kovacic, who actually played okay. Thought in the second half he lost his legs. We got overrun in the midfield between him and Sal. They could not keep the ball, and I think that's where the game was kind of like getting pushed. We couldn't get out anymore, and I was surprised. Like it kind of like spoke to what Tuchel saw this game as far as I'm concerned, because I was under the impression he was going to bring in Jorginho just to like settle things down and control it a little bit more, and he just kept with Saul and Kovacic. And the more times we lost the ball, more times we lost possession. I just figured he would change it, and the change was Chilwell. So I don't know. It wasn't really a game that was, like I said, easy on the eyes or anything like that. But given the fact that we don't have a familiar squad out there, I think we need to just allow that and just let these guys, live to see another day, basically.
Ouch. Do you not feel that he could have utilized these subs better? Like he could have maybe brought on a Silva and took off a Ziyech and just moved Reece James as wing back and put Chilwell on for Alonso. Like, do you think he could have done a bit better?
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised that like Silva was even on the bench. If you're not going to use, like,
yeah,
he didn't play the last game either, right? Well, I guess he's
Mm.
protected him for probably the weekend, but
Yeah.
because if Christensen's not playing, then he's certain to start. But yeah, you're right. I figured when you're saying the subs, there wasn't really much on the bench. I thought Mount came on and didn't give us much.
Thiago played less game.
Sorry?
Thiago played less game.
Did he play against Norwich? Oh yeah, that's right.
It was Christensen who didn't play, but he was injured.
Right. Good call. Okay, so yeah, no, I just didn't think that like there was much on the bench to really impact it. Like outside of maybe bringing on Jorginho to just like settle things down and control the tempo a bit, but outside of that, what were you going to really do? Mount comes in, did nothing, right?
True. Very true. I agree. It was just one of them games that I think we should just accept that it wasn't great, but Redneck, what are you saying, bro?
Well, I was the one that want us to win that trophy, so I can speak about it. Not like some people that didn't want a game to happen and they speak about it. So, to start with the defense, all three had a good game compared to what they had. Like the youngsters, I will not expect them to perform more or less from that, because they're not familiar with each other. They're decent. Sarp actually impressed me even more yesterday than he impressed the game before he started, because he was more threat coming from that wing than any other. There was always constantly going from that side. Second of all, it's always like this. Defense gets put under pressure if the midfield doesn't perform. There's more chances created.
Facts.
So for me, Saul and Kovacic started good. This is why first half was better than the second half. They started well, The problem was in the moments when Ziyech and Barkley losing possession, and we get counter-attacking through the middle. That's when the mistakes start to happen.
Do you
Kai
not think
Havertz,
Ruben should have started
he's
instead
injured.
of Saul?
Who's injured?
He's injured.
Oh, yeah,
Anyways,
probably.
Kai, when we saying like stuff like, oh, Lukaku needs the chance, like a goal against Villa, like, oh, he got one chance, he scored. Then Lukaku was a ghost for the rest of the game, literally ghost. And we were praising him like this is what we bought him. Kai Havertz did that and run the ball like a crazy maniac, and he's a bad player. And Lukaku had the two better assistants than Ziyech and Barkley. I always said Barkley is the best substitute player. Barkley is only available for 20 minutes, no more.
I thought he was available for nothing.
He's not good enough.
No. Don't get. Barkley is a really good squad depth player for 20 minutes. He's not even a second. He's only good for 20 minutes.
Is he even good enough for Aston Villa? Like,
Aston Villa didn't play him as a substitute. Aston Villa played him as a starter.
yeah, but I don't see any player in him anymore. Maybe 5 years ago, but nothing. Like maybe that's like pre-assist versus Southampton, but nothing else.
Let me put it this way for you. I don't know your name. It doesn't show. Let me put it for you. I want Barkley at the club to be on the bench to come for 20 minutes. Does that makes it simpler?
Do you not think Tino Andrew is better than him?
I'd rather have him than no one.
Tino Andrew, like, why did we loan them out? We loaned them out to a Russian club. And they have an option to buy it. But I think
we didn't loan him up with option to buy. We sold him with option to buy.
Yeah, but,
right.
Yeah, but we should have kept him. Get rid
and
of
what? Hold on a second. And you will let the no. Hold on a second. Let me put this. Let me finish this guy. We'll go all the way. Do you want this guy to progress at Chelsea for playing only those certain games, and you will expect him to do what? To get his game time only playing the League Cups?
He's better than Ross Barkley. Like, what is Ross Barkley good at?
It's not about is he better.
That's not answering the question.
It's not
Ahmed, that's not answering the question.
Yeah, but,
progress. His own progress, his development.
Yeah, but is he gonna come back to Chelsea now? Because
no, he's not.
No. If he stayed at Chelsea, he was gonna get these games that you just directed at Barkley, the same game time that Barkley's getting, right? Which is 20 minutes there, a cup game that we could have got knocked out, and he won't play the next one. In terms of development, do you think would have got the best out? Is that the best thing for his career? Since you care so much.
Like, what do you see in Ross Barkley that you don't?
It's not about Ross. It's not about the Barkley.
Hamid, that's not the question. Stop deflecting. Actually, we both asked you a question in terms of his development. Don't worry about Ross Barkley. We'll talk about Tino Andrew and every other academy player that you might have lined up in your excuses. That are better than Barkley.
So many more.
Yeah, all those players. Do you think if we kept them, right? And only played him for these small pockets of game time, right? You think that will help his career or hinder it?
I know it will hinder it a year, like sitting on the bench at Chelsea. But like, what's the point of giving a Russian club the option to buy someone like Tino Andrew and not even give him a chance, like go to the Championship, get good, like see what he's about, like. For example, what Armando Broja did when he went to the Netherlands, to Vitesse, and he scored a bucket load of goals, and now he's at Southampton scoring goals in the Premier League. We should have loaned Tino Andrew out to the Championship and see what he's really about. If he can get into the Chelsea team any sort of way in a couple of years, now he's not going to come.
Let me hold.
Same difference. Russian main league championship.
Which club is he at?
I don't know.
Which Russian club? Is it Zenit?
Lokomotiv.
Nah.
Do they play Champions League?
Yes.
No, Europa League.
Europa League, yeah.
But the most important thing for a young player is getting experience in.
Rams is here.
I'm not gonna.
Hey, Ram, to answer your question earlier, Ram, if Chelsea signed Trevor Chalobah for 30 million this summer, pundits would say it was a great buy. The fact that Chelsea didn't pay a penny for him is absolutely ridiculous. When you talked about our academy, yeah, remember?
Yeah, I still don't think. I don't think he's the best. I still think Ajax and Barcelona is better.
Okay, can I go back to my thought? Can I go back?
Hang on. It's definitely the best in England.
You ain't got players breaking into your team.
Thanks for that, Rams.
It's definitely the best in England, for sure.
Yeah, best in England.
Thanks for wasting my time.
Yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for that, Rams. I appreciate it.
It's not the best in the
so
world.
back to the game. Back to the game, guys.
No, we got to talk about Youth Academy. We're going to talk about Youth Academy.
Shut up, you.
Rams, we don't want to
finish.
We don't want to argue with you, man. Redneck, finish, man.
Gems, you gotta mute some
Anyway,
mics. Let's start muting mics.
Anyway, we're going back to the second half when Kovacic got tired and Saul got tired. We start to run over by midfield. That's when Mount came in again to help, and he didn't. And we got exposed on the left side of the midfield from that point. Another thing, stop blaming Kepa. I think that Kepa is the worst goalkeeper in the world. He's actually really, really good. It was a bad mistake by him by letting go, but he's still good for the bench.
Yeah,
but on goalkeepers relied on those moments.
Ram, you're not allowed to speak when I speak.
I just asked the question. Update devil's advocate.
There is no questions asked. There's no questions asked. There's no questionnaire. That's not a question answered.
Redneck, it's just the value, right? Like you don't want that kind of money on the bench. That's the problem, right?
Yeah.
No, it's hold on a second. You forget that he signed for 8 years.
Oh, don't remind me.
Yeah, how many years?
7, but yeah, same difference.
How much did he pay? How much did he pay?
No, it's
72.
Yeah, but we got him for that many years, so it's a spreading. If you will get the second, you just spread
I'm
it.
not talking about the amortized fee, like his actual. He's actually paying. We're
His
actually
wages.
paying him 100 and however many $1,000.
I know, but that's not my problem. It's a board problem.
Right. So you don't want that kind of money on the bench, is what I'm saying.
Wait, Couch.
Yeah,
That's Roman's money. Why do you care?
Roman's
Roman's money.
It's not Roman's money. It's the club's money.
I buy my
At least you got money like Liverpool ain't. But anyway, we move. Let's move.
No, Liverpool actually have a rich owner. Liverpool actually have a rich owner. They just don't think the club is. He doesn't think his club is deserve that money. That's all.
Our owners aren't rich, but we are a rich club. We just don't spend the money. I don't know why we do.
We're not talking about Liverpool right now. We'll get to that in a bit.
Yeah,
you're the one that brought it up. Yeah, you're the one that brought it up.
I need to hear people's opinions quickly. Declared. Go on. Tell me about the game.
Oh, sweet. I get a 10.
Oh, God, here she is.
All right.
Go on, Declared.
Let me say, I think I got a bit of a different perspective on cup games. I honestly, when I'm in the boat of, don't really care that a lot. It's more of a you're gonna throw a whole bunch of players that don't play together. It's going to be a messy game. It's for that. That's why I watch it. It's just an entertaining game. I see players that I haven't seen before. That's really it with that cup games. To go through some of the points, right? I'm with Redneck with the back line, but that back line is under 22 years old. So I think they did brilliant, even though there were some mistakes. But for being that young, I don't know, it was good to see, and I hope they keep it up. Ziyech. Don't worry about that guy. See you later. He's free to go. Look, there was a debate on whether that's Kepa's fault on that goal, and I think it is. But besides that mistake, he had a good game.
Yeah,
so,
kept us in the
game. A lot of money on the bench.
He had some good saves. I'll give him that.
Who else? We're gonna Adoy.
Thanks, Dana. You're so kind.
I tried, man.
We'll go through the place. Yeah, Adoy's out of position, so I'm not gonna judge him harshly. Soul for me did great. Best game he's had. So I want to see him again. Look, this is a messy game. Like so it's hard to judge. It's hard to judge some players. I mean, like even Kai Havertz. Like a lot of people didn't. There was some criticism of him, but this is a perfect game for what we need him for in the upcoming games. It's perfect practice for him. I know he didn't get a goal, but there was a lot of good signs there, and we need him to get up to scratch because we got. I know Lukaku's gonna be out for a month. Yeah. Easy.
Looks like it.
Internationals, probably even more if it's complicated.
Yeah.
And then
is Werner back? Because apparently he's all right. Apparently he's coming back next game.
Yeah, it was meant to be short term, but
I was saying,
not the next game though. Not the next game. Probably next week.
The game
Our,
after.
our best players back. Can't wait. There we go.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Well, what about speaking of best players, Barkley?
Yay!
Barkley did what Barkley does, I guess. I'm gonna keep it at that. Alonso was all right, and Cover actually did a lot. Yeah, he was demanded a lot in that Messi game.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, yeah, it was entertaining, I guess. Entertaining Messi game. But
Trevor Chalobah was probably our best player. He was defending very, very good.
Yeah, it's great to. I think that's what the cup game's all about. To see players like Chalobah do well. You know what I mean? In a game that he's not as organized and he's young, and that's what all the cup games.
Yeah,
that's all I look forward to.
He played in that middle centre back as well.
That's the thing. I always and I was probably the only one that was happy that Koundé didn't come in, because I knew this kid was going to get a chance, and he's been excellent. Like with the amount of time that he's getting right now, by next year he'll be ready to even start. When you really think about it, like he's started half our games this year. That's crazy.
You know, Dan, he could be the reason why this Rudiger contract is becoming more complex.
I was about to say that. I
wouldn't say it's him. Maybe in terms of like, the club is now thinking, since we have Colwill, and because Chalobah has done so well, okay, maybe this next young center back will do so well as well. Maybe in that sense.
No. That's not what I meant.
In terms of him taking Rudiger's spot, I don't think so.
No, not the spot. Chalobah is the next in line to renew contract.
Oh, Christensen as well. Apparently, him.
That's what I meant.
Down.
But yeah, I think Chalobah was excellent. He was. And again, I only saw the second half. He was a standout for me. Kept winning headers.
Yeah,
tackles.
we already heard from you. Let I have a guy finish.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I was referring to not only contract, but his performance, because Chalobah's performing at such a rate that if he doesn't get a main spot, he might actually want to leave. So I think that's added a bit of a spin in the works too. But I think it's great to see, and even. You still might see Koundé true next year. Our defense could be a lot different. But yeah, pretty much that's it for me for the game.
Fair enough. Yeah, let's get on to VJ. VJ, what are you saying, man? Tell me.
Hey, Jam. Hey, panelists. Yeah, very good game yesterday. I mean, I had to stream it. We didn't have that stream relayed in India, so it was very difficult for us to watch the game. But then we had to stream it through some private medium. But anyways, a good game. I personally thought that we performed well for the squad that we put up, because Southampton did play with their main squad. Most of the players played there. I mean, Livramento, yes, he did not, but Armando Broja was not able to. But otherwise, they played with predominantly their main players. So in a way that we played against a Premier League team which featured in their main squad. So for that, and our team not being, together for a long time, playing together for a long time, we did a good job at that. And Kepa, as usual, a very good job. And Ziyech has to go, man. Seriously, Ziyech, the way that he's performing, you all know that I love, to see Ziyech performing in the team. But then the way that he's not putting in efforts as well, that is what is more irritating for me. It's not about his gameplay and stuff. It's more about him not putting in that effort to play. Like yesterday, Havertz was also, kind of in that out of form position, but then he ensured that he gave his best and got a goal as well. But that sort of an effort is what I'm not seeing from Ziyech, and that's probably what is worrying me as well. And I really think, even if he wants to go out of, Chelsea towards the end of this particular season, we probably have to get a good money for him for the money that we brought in from Ajax. So in that way as well, Ziyech at least should perform for a good run of games, so that he at least leaves us with in a profitable position. So that's one thing. And Saul as well performed well. Chalobah, a good job. Saul is actually coming, in getting into the group, if I'm to say. And Chalobah, as usual, a very good performance. Sarr as well, a silent but a decent performance for him as well. So all in all, a very satisfying performance. We can always talk about the negative of the team, but then Havertz did a good job, and he kind of deserves a bit more from our fan base, not just always critics. Yesterday, for the effort that he put in, he has to be commended. That's pretty much it.
Fair enough, bro. Fair enough. What we saying, Hamid? Hanid Ali. What was that?
Yeah. To be honest, the game it was a very boring game. To be honest, we were just like we was getting battered. I would just say if we lost that game, I would have said fair play to Southampton. To be honest, they was on us for the whole game basically, and Ross Barkley and Ziyech were very very poor. I don't think when Pulisic, Werner, and Lukaku get back fit, I don't think they will get a sniff back into the squad. And yeah, Pulisic, especially Pulisic's injury record is so poor. I think Callum Hudson-Odoi will be used more on
Why
the
are you
left.
talking about Pulisic? He was not even there.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying when Pulisic gets back fully fit, Ziyech and Barkley won't get any minutes because they're not performing when they get the minutes they get.
You know they're going to get minutes, yeah? You know
How?
Pulisic is going back in the medical room. Bro, he's going to get like homesick, like he's going to want to go back into medbay. You know what I mean?
Like especially the games like we're progressing into these latter stage of the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, and I don't see them.
No. Well, what we're getting at is that you can't rely on Pulisic at this point. True.
Yeah, true.
You can't make that statement and then expect Pulisic is going to stay fit for the rest of the season.
Yeah, but I think like
no point.
You cannot make that. You cannot make that point either. You don't know what's his medical condition.
Yeah.
Hey, Hamid.
It's a 50-50 with Pulisic. Either when he gets back fully fit, he's gonna fire, or he's just gonna get injured again. But let's just hope he comes back firing. So
yeah, I hear you, bro. I hear you. I do hear you. We've got C1 London. That's what you're saying, bro.
You good, Jim?
What are you saying? Tell me about the game, bro.
It was shit. I felt if you watch the game, the left-hand side was getting exposed. Like when we were trying to build up, it didn't work. They pressed us very high there. We lost the ball so many times there, and we almost conceded a couple fouls in dangerous areas because of Alonso and Saw. I thought Kai in the first half was our best attacker, especially playing with them two bomber holes behind him. Got a good header. Callum was playing our position. I thought he did a couple good things, but his decision making at times was so annoying. I thought Kovacic was good in the pivot. Like he carried the ball well. His passing was decent, but he kind of tired out during the game. And I felt defensively in transition, he wasn't as good as normal. I thought Sal was a more promising game from him today. And yeah, Barkley shit. Oh, for fuck's sake. Move.
Where did he go? What happened, bro?
You muted me, bro.
No. I ain't muted you.
Oh, shit.
Go on.
I agree with Daniel.
Barkley muted you, man.
I thought Barkley, what's in him? I agree with Daniel about Reece James at the right centre back. He wasn't that good in terms of like his positioning. He was decent in the air, but a couple of times he had to rely on his pace to catch up with Armstrong. I thought Chalobah was the best player on the pitch on the field. He did very well in the air, great interceptions. He was very composed on the ball as well. And yeah, it was a shit game. We got through. And yeah, just happy to get through so our squad players get more minutes in it.
Fair enough, bro. I hear you. I do hear you on that one. Who else has? We've got Blue. We've got Eric Blue. Eric Blue, what are you saying, bro? Say that, bro.
Yo, how you doing, Jam? How's everything going?
Man. Not bad.
Yeah, I think everyone was right. It was a poor game, difficult to watch. But I care. I can't even pretend. I care a lot. I don't care what the competition is called, Mickey Mouse Cup, Milk Cup, whatever you want to call it. I want to win everything that we can win. It's not just about the big trophies. I want to win every trophy possible. And when people disrespect trophies like the FA Cup and the League Cup, we still have to beat difficult teams. Man City are still there, and they always tend to win these competitions. So it's still a big deal if we win it. Because I remember the last time we were in the final, it was 2019, I think, and we lost to Man City on penalties. So if we won it, that would have been, for me, would have been a big deal. So I really want to win the League Cup, even though it's a small trophy. Um, yeah, the performance wasn't great.
I'm with you, man. I wanted to win the cup. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter what
look,
kind.
yeah, exactly. I want to win the
Trophy's a
cup.
trophy, man. Trophy's a trophy.
Every trophy's
I,
important.
I thought the game would go to penalties in the first half. Just the way the players were playing, I just didn't. The team seems to really struggle when we make a lot of changes. The team seems to struggle a lot to kill games off. And at halftime, I was hoping that Tuchel would just shut up shop. Take the 1-0 win and just move on. But
Yeah.
we concede again, and it goes to penalties again, and it's just difficult to watch. But the most important thing is we won. Kovacic I thought it was good. I didn't like how everyone kept passing him the ball. I think he looked exhausted at times, but they just kept giving him the ball and hoping that he would sort everything out. So that wasn't great. Saul was good, but I don't think you can say he was the man of the match. I mean, because of all those shots on target, I can't agree with that.
The bits is clear, bro. The bits is clear.
Nice.
Oh, Ram, just
Thanks for that.
stop, man.
Thanks for that
I
contribution.
don't even know who that geezer is.
Anyway, Eric Blue, thank you, bro, for
Better
giving
than
us
him,
your
bro.
thoughts.
Better than him. Sal's a bum.
Yeah.
Sal's a bum.
Ram, is there anything you want to say about the game before I go to the Chelsea boys and ladies that are here right now?
I mean, I don't think you should you don't think you should really care about the performance. It's just going through into the next round. That's the main thing. I think the performance-wise, it wasn't great, but you should only care about it when it comes to the semi-finals, when you actually have to play for something. These rounds, these moments don't mean much. It's great that you're going through, but I don't understand. It's not a big deal. You just go through to the next round. That's it. When it comes to the FA Cup and like the third, fourth, fifth round, it's just getting through. That's the most important thing. So I don't think you should really be bothered. You're going through, but I don't understand. It's not a big deal.
See one just come in with his feedback, but all right, fair enough, bro. Fair enough. We've got Blue Ice, we've got Minerals here, we've got Sophia here. Let's go to Blue
Hang on, Jem. I do want to hear what people say about Mason Mount.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that.
Yeah, of course you do, Rams. Of course you do, bruv. Of course you do. Man.
I want to hear these conflicting opinions, man. I need to have some. I need.
He's always the talk of the town, isn't he?
Have
He's
some
such a
conflicted
fucking
opinions
baller,
with your
bruv.
own
That's
fan
why.
base. What's wrong with you?
Let's not do this. He played 21 minutes. Let's move on.
How you doing,
He
bro?
come on and he had Chile as a left wing back playing right wing back. Let's have it right.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on from that. Yeah.
Let me jump in, gentlemen.
No, Blue Ice, I'll deal with you in a second, bruv. I'm not happy with you, mate.
Let Minerals go first. And then
Johnny, I'll go. Can I go now, or you want to? Minerals, go ahead.
Jem's the boy, isn't he? Okay. So the way I look at the game is I think Tuchel was quite clever. He picked a sort of B/C team. He put Chalobah in there. For me, was man of the match. I thought he was class throughout. But if you look at our defence, when you have a Christensen, Rudiger, or a Thiago Silva, they're all ball playing centre backs. So you can play out from the back. If you watch the game, and it was very frustrating. Kepa kept going long all the time, long to Havertz, and Havertz ain't that kind of guy, right? But the reason for that, the way I thought about it was, the only reason I can think because Tuchel must have told him to do that, because he had so many opportunities to basically get the ball out quick, and he never did it. And sometimes, to be fair to Kepa, the positions of the three at the back weren't always there, but I feel like you've got a lot of responsibility to give to Chalobah, all right? And if he does make a mistake and it costs us a goal or the game, it could detriment his confidence going forward because he's been exceptional. So that's one factor as a sort of personal factor for Chalobah. The second thing is Southampton like to press. So when you play that long ball, you cut out their press every time. They can't really press you. What you do have to rely on, though, is that second ball. And they were getting a lot of the second balls from Havertz, and that's where we struggled a lot. And they had a bit of favour in that sense. But apart from that, I thought Ziyech he lost the ball too many times. Sol was in the first half, didn't have a good first half. Come into the game second half a little bit better. Kai was, Kai's Kai. Like, I've got no worries with Kai. I think he's a wonderful talent, wonderful player. And I think the more games he gets, I mean, he got another goal. He's got 3 goals this season already. He's linking up with Cho nice. I thought Cho was decent. A few little occasions where he got it wrong, but that's just down to the team being disjointed. But for me, Reece James as well was just, just no nonsense fella. He and he stepped up for the penalty, clutch moment. I love that. But obviously, Tuchel's decisions in the game, it was some very weird ones. With Chilwell going on the right for me, I didn't quite understand it, because for me, Alonso didn't have a good game, and he wasn't really helping us going forward or defensively even. So my straight swap would have been Chilwell for Alonso. But I think maybe he's just reluctant to either bring on a Georgie, who for me, I thought for Sol he should have come on, because he would have just controlled the tempo, and we probably wouldn't have conceded that goal, and we would have won 1-0. Happy days. But that didn't happen, and he didn't bring on Silva at the back, so he could put Reece James as a right wing back and then put Chile left. So I can see why Tuchel did what he did, and he got away with it.
What was Havertz's performance like for you, Johnny Quiddy? What did you feel?
I thought it was decent. I mean, he had a few lovely little shots. He tried to link up. He, like I say, he works very hard. It's a very hard role for him to play that Lukaku role, where you've got a ball from the keeper coming at you, and you've got to try and control it, get it down, or find the player close to you. Where Ziyech was quite deep for me, so he wasn't close enough. Cho did get close on occasions, but yeah, I think that was the only negative. Apart from that, I thought he'd done really well, and he got his goal, like header goal, another header, similar to Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I ain't got any worries with Havertz. I think it's just going to get better and better.
That one was a fluke. Not gonna lie.
How is it a fluke, bruv?
That was a fluke. That was such a fluke.
What? You talking about Liverpool?
Yeah, that was such a fluke header.
That's the silky German minerals. That's what it is, mate.
Johnny, we've got you and Daniel in here are Mason Mount fans. Obviously, Mason Mount come on, and to be honest, for me,
Mason Mount's not even a discussion, because he come on for like 15 minutes.
What was your thoughts on his performance in that game? It wasn't good, was it? Wasn't great.
Well, I wouldn't say it's not great, and it's not bad. I think at the end of the day, he came on, he got into some nice positions, he put some nice balls into the box. No one could finish them. He had Chilwell on the right wing back. I mean, that's very hard to link up with someone who's a left footer on the right and have an impact on the game. That's the way I looked at it. I think he was just in there to stop Southampton from getting any sniff in the middle. We were getting overrun with Sol, for me. I think Kovacic was doing a lot more than Sol. Sol did have one chance where it came to him and he shot and it went a bit wide. But we had chances to kill the game off, regardless to even speak about these things. And we didn't.
Yeah, I got a question.
Go on, Ram.
Sorry, Joe, I got a question. And it's just for general footballing purposes. We talk about like left-footed fullbacks playing right back, and it's virtually impossible. Why is it like that? Because you think about right-footed left backs, you got Lam, Zanetti, people like that. But when it comes to left-footed right backs, you rarely see them, and it never ever works.
Because they got to cut in Rams.
You know what it is?
To go on their left. Always, they can't play their right.
You see more right footers who can use their weaker foot better than left footers. It's just a natural thing. I don't know why that is, but
lefties are special. They're special players, like Sarr as well. Shout out to Sarr, lefty. He's the only other left footer really, and he played well.
What's he getting a shout out for?
I thought he was decent, Daniel. You didn't like him?
No,
he lost. Fam, he lost every aerial duel.
Aerially, I agree, but ball playing,
you can't do that.
Yeah, but he does. What do you expect? I mean, I don't. He's a bit like Zuma. You know, when Zuma had this mistake that he could have made. The same thing for me there. Like he's got a rash moment in him, but at the same time, I don't think he's that bad. Like people make him sound.
Are there any good left-footed players that are good with their right foot? I'm just asking a general question.
But can shoot with both.
Messi. Shit.
Messi is a pretty good one. Yeah.
Would
That's it.
Havertz be classed in that category?
Havertz could shoot
Oh
with
no,
both.
no. Greenwood is great with
Greenwood is unreal with
Greenwood,
both
yeah.
feet. Yeah.
And me as
Greenwood's-
well. I'm very good left foot, right
He's
foot.
crazy
as well.
with both
So-
feet. Sane is decent with his right as well.
Anyway, let's go on to Blue Ice. Blue Ice, let's go. What you saying?
Hey, Jem, how you doing? What it do, man? How you doing?
Not bad, man. Not bad, mate. Not
Good,
bad. Are
good,
you coming
good.
to smoke the place up again?
Nah. Yesterday,
You know,
man.
you know he is.
Nah.
Boy, Blue Ice, you were calling him out shit, and what funny
can
that
I
he scored a
finish?
hat trick
Johnny,
and an assist, bruv. How about that, mate?
Johnny, can you shut up so I can jump in, please? I let you
Yeah, you
talk.
go for it, mate. I'm just letting you know
good.
my boy
Okay.
scored a hat trick, bruv. And an assist.
I know. I let you talk for like 20 minutes, bro. Let me jump in. Really quick. Yes, Johnny, if you want me to start about with Mount, I can start with that. And to start with Mount, my frustration is, Jem, remember I think was it last week in one of your streams I said Tuchel is overusing Mount. Mount needed to be benched. And then, yes, for some reason, Mount shut me up in the game against the Canaries. He put together three goals. That was great. He put together a trifecta. But yesterday's game is an example of why Mason Mount needs rest. That guy is mentally exhausted, man. That guy is mentally exhausted. Look at his game yesterday.
It was poor.
It was only 20 minutes. Normally, when Mason Mount comes in for 5 minutes, he makes a difference. I'll never forget the game against Wolves last season.
Yeah.
But this
No,
game,
forget that Southampton game this season. Made a massive impetus into the game.
Well, all I'm saying is that guy needs to be benched for at least 2 games straight.
Nah.
Yes. Let me land.
You
Let me
ain't
land. Let
benching
me
him for
land. Let me land.
Newcastle.
Let me
No
land.
chance.
Let me land.
No chance.
Let me land. Mount needs to be benched. Look at yesterday. Okay, he was trying to do the half turns. I don't know if you guys watched that game. He was trying
he was
trying to do the half turns in our own defensive 18-yard box. And Salisu, the Southampton defender, had him for lunch. It was barbecue chicken all day.
Hey, that's how I know you have a bias. That was Kovacic, dummy.
No. Don't
it
call
was
me
Mount.
dummy.
It
It was
was
Salisu
Mount.
or Mount. You didn't watch the game.
No, it was Kovacic.
No,
What do you mean in our own?
Listen,
What do you mean our own
It was
18-yard
Mount.
box?
Listen.
I know what he's talking about. It was
Yes, thank you, Eric.
That
I
was
watched the
when
game. No,
Mount
Eric,
lost the ball. It wasn't in our 18-yard box.
Okay, all right, man. I hear you, dummy. Shut now. And you're a Niger guy, sir. I'm surprised, sir. Anyways,
what are you surprised about?
No. Mason Mount couldn't conduct half turns in the back. So I found he was too exhausted. Kai Havertz was all right. He scored a big goal. I want to see him again in the false 9 position. Overall, complete dog's breakfast, man. Thank God we got the win. Sarr and like everyone is saying, Sarr is suspect, man. I'm not sure.
Only airily he is.
Yeah, airily.
Not ball playing. Not ball playing.
Yeah, airily he's suspect. So I think the for me overall is Saul needs another game, but I think he will be more comfortable with 3 in the midfield because he likes to drift up front. That's why we got exposed in the hole. But yeah, Jem, I'm not encouraged at all. I'm not encouraged, man.
Well, Loftus-Cheek is ahead of Sol.
Oh, yeah.
Clear as day.
Yeah.
To be fair, Ruben left butt cheek has evolved into 2 butt cheeks. Just saying.
Well, he's better than Cater, bruv.
What are you saying?
Don't bring up Ruben left butt.
Don't take the bait.
Loftus-Cheek is a better player than Thiago.
What does that even mean?
Don't
Somewhat experience, bro.
I was actually giving him a compliment, man. He's actually evolved. He's actually playing well.
You love Ruben Loftus-Cheek in your team? Come on, you would love.
Are you okay? No, we wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't. He would be your best midfielder.
Oh, really? Ahead of Cater. Did you see that goal against Atleti?
Cater's dead, bro.
Did you see that goal? Did you see that goal? Did you see that on the volley as well against Jan Oblak?
Yeah, do it week in, week out.
Because of Pogba trying to break his legs. Don't try that, Jem. Come on, you're better than
So we have got Sophia here with us. I know she's probably came here to stick up for Kepa and call me out a little bit. But what was your thoughts on the game, Sophia? Let us know.
We definitely could have done better.
Yeah.
Like it shouldn't have even gone to penalties. We
Oh,
could have done so much better, but at least we won penalties, of course. Kepa, hero, penalty hero. But yeah, we definitely should have won that game like really easy, but that's Chelsea, isn't it?
That is Chelsea. What's your thoughts on Kepa's performance in goal?
Obviously, I'm going to be biased and say he was like amazing, but I did hear people complaining about him that it was his fault for the goal, but he's just getting warmed up for January. So, me and you have that way.
That goal was
going
suspect.
on.
A lie. That goal was suspect. I'm sorry. I can't.
That goal went straight at him. To be fair, it went straight at him. He could have done a bit better. Let's not lie. Like if that was Mendy, would that have gone through him? That's my question.
Oh no, Mendy's. Oh my God, Mendy's like something else. He's from like outer space.
Yeah, that's true.
Not better than Alisson.
That's why he's world class as well.
Not better than Alisson though.
He is. He's better than Alonso.
He is not. No, he's not.
Well, I was one that was very critical of Kepa, and I've got to be honest, he has come back into this season and performed quite well. So, I mean, look, penalties-wise, he's really good. When it comes to penalties, I want Kepa in goal. Do you know what I mean? He's the man. But his overall game's slowly got better as well. I mean, you can question mark the game yesterday, the goal yesterday, which fair enough. But then you think about the end of the game when they nearly scored 2 goals. And he sort of picked it out from the corner. It was like shot at him, and he made a good save with his arm. And they've done that twice in 2 consecutive times. So he is someone that we can rely on as a second goalie. That's what I'm trying to get at. Maybe we can. Bear in mind, he's on a 7-year contract. Get some decent seasons out of him as a second goalie. Because let's be serious, he's not going to be your first goalie at Chelsea. Ever.
How old are both goalkeepers?
Good question.
I think about 26.
Mendy's 29. Mendy's 29, I think.
Mendy's 26. No, 27, isn't he? I thought he was younger.
No.
I think he's the same age as Alisson, isn't he?
Yeah, he was 28 when we bought him, I think. He's 29 now, I think.
I think Kepa's 20. Oh, yeah, he's 29, Mendy. Kepa's probably 26, isn't he?
Yeah.
But Mendy over Alisson all day, VJ. I agree, mate. He's
of course,
he's the man on fire at the moment. He's the better goalie at the moment,
I mean, he can't distribute, not going to lie.
Yes, he can.
He can. Yes, he can.
He's improving.
Cannot.
You don't watch. You're not paying attention. You're not paying attention.
I am paying attention. My man just
you're not.
Opposition, mate. Come on. Oh yeah, and by the way, I just want to quickly say, Jem, I don't want to say I told you so, but I did tell you so. I told you if we pepper United, they won't do anything. So I told you it was going to happen, man. And what really made my day was that Konate was absolutely bodying all their players. Like honestly, if there was a fight between Konate and Mendy, there would be a massive nuclear explosion. Honest to God. Honest to God, the guy he's a beast.
How much? Yeah.
He's built different.
How much credit can you give him against United? I'm just being honest. How much credit can he?
He's built different. I mean, you can't give him a lot of credit, but one thing's for sure, he knows what to do with his physicality. Like he knows how strong he is. He knows how fast he is. I think the one thing he needs to improve on is he's overly aggressive, but that happens with any natural young defender that want to get into.
Ram, can I ask you a question quickly? Why did you question mark our academy? Was it as a good thing or a bad thing?
No, I didn't question it. I said it before. Since 2005, you guys had the best academy. It used to be Liverpool and United, but now you guys by far got the best academy. But I think Liverpool, compared to us, one thing we're starting to make strides in improving our academy, but it's going to take a long time to match yours. I think the overall hype around your academy, I think it just needs to slow down a little bit because Ajax's academy is still top class. Is one of the best. Barcelona is one of the best. It's either those two, but for sure you have the best academy in England. But let's ease up on the the best academy in the world. Just a little bit.
Well, best academy in the Premier League.
We can't. Why should we ease up?
Best academy in England.
Why should we ease up? We have so many talented youth players from all over, not just in the Premier League, in all over the world. All the other top leagues in Europe.
But so do
Rams just
Ajax and
said we're one of
Barcelona.
the we're top three.
Yeah,
We're the
top
best
three.
academy in the best league. Is that what you're saying, Rams? Yeah.
Yeah, you have the best academy in England. Facts.
Yeah, in the
It's
best
better
league in the
than-
world. Yeah.
I mean, but that's is not. It's
Premier
not.
League's the best league in the world.
It doesn't work like it doesn't work like that.
It does.
How does it work?
When it comes to all the Ajax academies, I mean,
what's the metrics, Rams?
Hang on, declared. Eredivisie is not the best league in the world, but all their players go off to Serie A. They go to Premier League. They go to La Liga. So, it doesn't work like that. But I see
What is
what
the
you're
metrics
trying
of
to do.
measure?
I see what you're trying to do, but
No. What is the metrics that this is measured on?
I mean the quality of players that you produce and
on what they're
it's mainly
sold
the
for?
quality. Sorry.
On what they're sold for?
Yeah, that counts to quality of player as well.
So if Chelsea is not a selling club, and Ajax is, and let's say Barca are in the ruins, right? But Ajax is a selling club. Does that give them an unfair advantage in that metrics?
I mean, no, because you still have to judge on the quality of players that they have.
Well, they're not judging it. They're judging it by sale. You said.
No, but is a barometer. It's one of many barometers in judging a youth academy. There's so many.
What's the
It
other
can't be just on. Well, most importantly is the quality of player that they produce and consistently
So
produce.
that's what I'm saying. How do you measure quality? Because that's a bit. We can sit here all day and debate. Especially Johnny will sit here all day and debate on quality, right? On a Chelsea academy, right?
I mean, it comes.
How do we? Yeah, how do you rate them? Like so Ajax sold a number of players for a lot of money, and those players aren't doing actually too well now. So they're not actually.
Well,
worth what they
I'd
sold
say quite a few of them are doing quite well. I mean,
Alex not doing that well.
Frankie De Jong was doing quite well, but you have to give context with it. That you have to give context for that. I mean, he's doing
Not
pretty
the
well with
money he's
Barcelona.
on. I don't think he's living up to the money he's paid for, but he's a future prospect. But what about the rest of them?
I mean,
You get what I'm saying?
Matthias de Ligt. I mean, he's still very, very young, but he's proving himself at Juventus. I mean, Juventus have been chopping and changing their managers for so long, and they never had an identity ever since they brought Ronaldo in. So, it's difficult to judge. But you look at Ajax's academy in like the 2010s, they produced the likes of Frankie De Jong, Matthias de Ligt. Who else is there? There's they had Christian Eriksen, Serginho Dest. They produced a lot of quality players, man. Like they produced a lot of quality
I'm not
players.
saying they do. I was just wondering what the metrics they say. If it's based on money because of the quality of players,
It's based on the quality of players and the amount that you produce over a given period of time.
So you're saying based on the last 10 years, or what are you saying?
yeah.
I mean, yeah, you have to start from one point, and I'm basing it on the last. You could say even in the last 5 years, they still produce a lot of quality players.
Yeah, all right. Listen, Sophia's got to leave. Sophia, thank you for coming in. It's nice seeing you back on GNA TV as always. We're sure we'll be sorting out the ladies' show at some point as well. So we'll be seeing a lot more of Sophia soon. Now she's got a laptop and it looks good. Looks good. Well done.
All right, take care.
Fingers crossed, yeah.
See you later on. Take care.
Yeah, right.
Big up to Gio. Says big up GNA TV. Keep up the great work. Academy produced Tomori and he already then delete. He will take Cho on loan.
I mean, it's still early days, and yes, you lot have an identity. Juventus don't. Everyone knows the identity that the foundations that Maldini has set for your club.
Yeah.
Anyone can read it. It's chalk and cheese. So, he went at probably the worst possible moment in his career, and Tomori probably went in the best moment of his career when Milan had an identity, and Juventus don't. So. It's difficult to judge, but Ajax and Barcelona, I still think they're top. But you guys are definitely top 3 in the world. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but I actually those metrics. Yeah, we're gonna surpass that soon by your metrics, by the number we've dished out recently. So we should be number 1 soon.
Possibly, it could happen. But when it comes to youth players, you can't really properly judge. Well,
that's what I was actually getting at. I don't think they go through a lot of individual metrics, and it's probably could be just based on sales. It could be where they go. I think it's a bit more broken down, simple, but I think it's a hard thing to judge.
Blue Eyes, you got a question here. What's your thoughts on Cho? Is what someone's asked you here.
Oh, Oh, wow. Okay, interesting. Yeah. I'm a big Cho fan, but I still think there's a lot he needs to bring to his game. And for me, the major component I feel he needs to bring to his game is wing play. Whatever that means for people, but I just feel he needs to keep the field, the pitch big, so that he can open up the running channels for our central midfielders. I just find he cuts in too much, and when he does that, he ends up hitting a wall. But in all, if he can add that win game to his skill set, I think it makes him a lot more competitive, because now you can tell that Tuchel is still not fully confident in the young man. I know he's only 20, and his ceiling is as high as they come, but he's been in the league now, what, 4+ years? He's been in this with the senior team, what, 3 years, 4 years?
But he was never going to, I mean, when you mentioned that, how relevant is that statistic you just said?
Which statistic?
What is that? You just mentioned how many years he's been at in the first team.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean much if you have a manager like Conte who doesn't want to play youth players. He wouldn't even look at them.
Yeah, but either way, it's equity. If you build a house for 4 years and no one lives in it, it's still sitting there. It's still sitting there. So I hear you. Whether a coach uses him or not, it all depends. He just needs to take up his opportunities and play.
Yeah, I hear you. I think he's going to be. I think he just needs to be a little bit more consistent in his performances. Maybe like yesterday, you could see that maybe this is the first time he's getting a little bit tired.
Gems, sorry for interrupting. Gems, sorry for interrupting. But yesterday was one of the biggest chances I thought he was going to Yes, but yeah.
It is what it is. Guys, I do need to shoot because I've got loads of work to do. Sorry, I know it's 1 hour and 30 minutes. But
no, it's perfect.
Thank you very much for tuning into the channel. We will be back tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Thursday, isn't it? Yeah, tomorrow we've got we'll probably do a review of the Prem show. So Ram, if you're about, you can get involved. We'll talk about Liverpool, Chelsea, everyone on that stream for the weekend. And then we've got the preview of the Chelsea versus Newcastle versus Chelsea game, which we'll be doing probably on Friday as well, guys. So make sure that you stay tuned. Smash the like button. Help us get to the 3K mark, which we're closing every day. So please continue to hit the likes, get these likes up, share, and thank everyone that came in and tuned in today as well. Have a good day.
Cheers.
Up the Chelsea.